Topic 1.10: The Commercial Revolution. How do you explain European commercial and agricultural developments and their economic effects from 1450 to 1648? To begin with, we have banking and financial innovations. We have double entry bookkeeping. It's a new way of recording money movements where every transaction is noted two times as a debit and a credit. It made managing finances clearer and is still used today. The Bank of Amsterdam. It's a famous Dutch bank from the 17th century, known as the first modern central bank. It became a model for other central banks that came later, and it allowed the Netherlands the ability to do both monetary and fiscal policy, which helped set up the Dutch East India Company, or VOC for short. It was the first multinational company in history. It was set up to strengthen economic relationships between the Dutch and East Asia. It greatly enriched the Dutch Republic. And then we have the British East India Company. It was similar to the Dutch company. It controlled the trade of East Asian goods for the English Empire. Now, along with these banking and commercial changes, we have agricultural changes. We have new farming methods using different crop rotations in the north and the Mediterranean to grow more food. And much like elsewhere, it led to more people. There were innovations in selling crops. There was also the enclosure movement. Public lands started to have private owners. It mostly affected the poor people who lost the land they used for living. And we also got the idea of freehold tenure. It meant that people could own land forever, and it gave a lot of power to rich people who owned land for a long time. What were the results? Farming became much more productive, but also led to more inequality, and there were big changes in the population. And we had new goods from the New World, including a whole lot like turquoise. The Columbian Exchange brought new products to Europe. There were foods like potatoes, corn, and chocolate, luxury items like tobacco and sugar, and metals like gold and silver, which were used as money and led to inflation, especially in Spain, and the price revolution, a time of rising prices due to more goods being available, increasing population reaching pre-plague numbers, higher costs for farm products, but also stagnant wages, leading to lower living standards in a more expensive economy. What were the social effects going on at the same time? As the commercial and economic revolutions progressed, established hierarchy and status persisted, yet economic shifts led to the rise of a new economic elite. Greater food availability spurred population growth, encouraging movement from rural areas to cities, a place of opportunity and potential social mobility. Here, merchants, bankers, and capitalists forged a growing and powerful middle class. In this era, Western Europe moved towards free peasantry and commercial agriculture, a shift not mirrored in Eastern Europe, where serfdom and noble dominance remained robust. Cities saw migrants challenging the merchant elites, establishing guilds to assert control and resist the established order. Environmental challenges like the Little Ice Age decreased the population growth and made terrible family burdens. This period also exhibited regional disparities in social hierarchy, with Western Europe embracing free peasantry and Eastern Europe retaining serfdom, granting nobles significant political power. There were still even higher new economic elites. The economic shifts fostered the emergence of new power players in the economic landscape. There were Italian merchant princes. In Italy, wealthy merchants rose to power, accumulating both wealth and political influence. And nobles of the robe in France. In France, a new class of nobles, known as the nobles of the robe, came into existence, holding judicial and administrative posts and wielding significant influence. Challenges faced by new migrants in urban centers. The surge in migration to urban areas brought about a set of challenges, including sanitation problems. The rapid increase in population led to sanitation issues due to overpopulation. Employment. Finding work became a challenge due to the high number of people moving to cities, and that led to poverty and crime. The influx of people led to increased poverty levels and a surge in crime, as many found it difficult to secure a livelihood.